If someone has grabbed a pair of dumbbells and they are sitting there and they're mostly on their phone and they're not using those dumbbells very much and you need them, then go right up to the front desk and say, you know what, I think this gym needs more sets of 15s. It's not the person's fault that is trying to build the new habits in their life. It is the gym's fault for not having the appropriate equipment. You pay to go there. You should have the appropriate equipment. So it's blame in the wrong place. Hi, guys, and welcome back to the Thick Thighs Save Lives podcast. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Kelsey.
Hey, yo, guys. We had to just stop what we were doing because this one really rubbed me the wrong way.
We had to immediately stop what we're doing and make a podcast about this insanity because I think we should talk about it. Equinox has decided that they don't speak January. And they weren't allowing members to join their gym on January 1st because they just don't speak January. They don't speak New Year's resolutions, and they are just above that.
So if you haven't heard this craziness, or you have not heard of Equinox, it's kind of like a upscale, I think they call themselves a luxury fitness club. So this just goes right along with the elitist mindset of everything that they are based on. So maybe this is true to brand, but we have to talk about it because there are too many eye rolls. And honestly, the elitism based around fitness is not only for like a luxury type of gym. Okay. This is in every gym. This exists in every type of fitness, in every space that we want to insert, more people wanting to move with intention and purpose. And it just exists everywhere. And so I wanted to drop everything and talk about it because it needs some space. So Equinox said no new members. The message was, when they were called out on it, was doubled down on, which is like a real, that means, you meant it. When people came out and said like, wow, this is really harmful and elitist and all of these type of feelings
We're
are
like, yeah.
associated with, they were like, yeah, we meant to. They said January is a language they don't understand. They just reiterated it on every social platform. They even went so far as to post a video of a sort of lonely person in an empty gym on January 1st with the message that it's January 1st, but Equinox didn't let in new members, so you have the whole place to yourself.
Yeah. So the thing that I want to bring, first of all, sit down, Chad. No one cares. And like, sit down. No one's even talking to you. But I want to address the fact that gatekeeping in the fitness space is not a new concept. For gatekeeping for health is not a new concept. And this is something that we have discussed, and honestly, from a societal standpoint, have looked at a lot, because the fact is that health, which is one of the most basic things that we can hope to maintain or achieve throughout our lives, is still being gate kept in many ways. And this language of, we don't speak January, we don't speak New Year's resolutions, we don't speak to you deciding that prioritizing your health is an important time and you're taking the opportunity to do that. We don't speak to that because we've been doing it all year. That is not the language ultimately that will ever come from CBG, but not a language that we can ever use within the fitness community, because it is so incredibly harmful that it should not even be within our vocabulary. And that those kind of like microaggressions work their way into different ways that we talk about being at the gym, that we talk about our diet and our lifestyle and things that are just annoying us and things like that that may seem less harmful. And I just want to point them out for a second because I think it's really important to notice that if you've used any of these types of languages, that maybe you can, and maybe that might not be how you meant it, but just recognize them. And when the gym is really full around the New Year's, being really annoyed and a lot of eye rolls at all of the new people and saying something like, they're going to drop off in 2 months anyway. Um, no, guys, that's not what we hope for people. We don't hope that people even go and get into a car accident. You know what I mean? Like, we don't hope these harmful things for people when they're looking to make changes in their lives. And ultimately, we want to be a helpful catalyst for that change. We don't want to be part of the barrier that's already been built for them. We want to be a part of the reason why they stay. And we've never allowed people to record other people at the gym who are kind of messing up on a machine or having some fails on a machine into our Facebook group. And that has been since 2018. Well, how long we've been doing this? I don't even know. Years. um, because we don't make fun of people at the gym who are unsure of what to do there. That's not the space that we create. If someone is unsure in a space and you are sure in a space, I'm comfortable in gyms. I use that as, well, I would like to assist someone else feeling comfortable here because I have the privilege of being in this space and feeling comfortable here. I know how to use the machines. I've been able to have access to some of these knowledge about health and taking care of my body in different ways to move it, and have been able to build some confidence around that. And now I would like to share that confidence. And that's something that we really expect from our community around this time. And this whole idea of, we're not even going to let you in. Well, yeah, of course you wouldn't, because you haven't been letting people in many ways.
You know what? The one thing that I really want to reiterate is the fact that you need to feel that privilege, okay? Recognize the privilege and feel it and use it the only way that privilege should be used to move forward in a more inclusive world and environment. The way that you use privilege is so freaking important. And I do not, one of the things that Equinox is reiterating with this message is that, you've earned this superior place in the gym. And, you know, that obviously this is sending a message that you're better than everybody that's going to start on January 1st. For some reason, you started on September 20th. You had a start date too, but it wasn't January 1st. So that somehow makes you elitist. But one of the things that we really have to recognize when we feel comfortable in a space, or when we have had the privilege of being experienced in any facet, is that has so much potential to be used for good. And the minute you can recognize it, I really think that that's an important step in the whole process. And the other thing that I wanted to say about this is, obviously Equinox knew that they would be hitting a certain amount of people that would be like, yeah, this is great. I love this messaging. Screw New Year's resolutioners. I want my empty gym back, because we know that this is present during this time of year. And even in the comments, there were people, saying, yeah, well, it's not to be mean, but it's just frustrating to see someone using the machines but they're just mostly sitting on their phone. And I've heard this over and over, of the sitting on their phone, right? Like, this is a common theme, that people are annoyed that new people would be coming to the gym and be on their phones. I want you to think about for a second, why someone would be needing to distract themselves so much that they would be glued to their phone while doing physical fitness. Think about that for a minute. Think about the mindset that you need to be in to not even feel confident enough to glance around the room. Because if you did, you could be met with judging eyes, with someone who might look at your body in a way that would make you feel uncomfortable, who might smile, and you might misinterpret that as them laughing at the way that you were using that machine. I want people, when we're thinking about why anyone would be glued to their phone at the gym, a new person, I want it to be considered that looking up might destroy their whole entire day.
I think it's a great point because one of the things that I was reading through about that just breaks my heart. Like I can't even hide it. Those things break my heart because like I value the fitness community so much. It's a huge part of my life and I don't want us to represent that type of judgment and for someone who is trying to better themselves to feel so uncomfortable in that environment that they have to distract themselves from every second. And I just want to insert too that like we're very quick as humans to judge people based on our perception of what they're doing and what we think they should be doing, what we would do, how we would be using that time at the gym. We're real quick to do that and not really quick to take a step back and think of maybe we're not everything in the universe and how we would handle things is not how everyone should handle things and to insert some compassion and kindness and don't be an asshole like just like live our lives but like don't be an asshole and the point about the phone is one that I think is a really important one because we kind of use that as a backdrop to say like you're not even trying here and you're taking up space
How
and
dare
that
you?
how dare you because I'm trying here. And it's like, can we back it up for a second? There could be several reasons. You could be looking up movements, trying to figure out. I have Googled in the gym before how to use the next machine that I was thinking about using. Literally done that because I look at it and I'm like, I want to go over to that thing. I don't even know how to use that. I get a video and I have done this. And I don't want to walk over to it because then I'm like stupid, right? And I don't want to look stupid. I don't want to look out of place here. I already feel out of place. Now I'm going to solidify the fact that I am out of place and I don't know how to do the thing. And just using that backdrop of like, you don't know what you don't know. You don't know how someone is feeling in there. You don't know what they're doing on their phone. You don't know the fact that they might need to distract themselves so much because they are so uncomfortable. And honestly, if the difference is someone kind of like sitting on their phone almost the entire time that they're in the gym and kind of like, but they're in the environment and they're kind of like warming up to the water and maybe they're more likely to stay, I'm cool with that too. Like, we're cool with
Hell
that, right?
yeah.
Like,
I've I've heard, which I think was actually really great advice from experts on habit building when they have been discussing ways in which to include a gym habit into your new year or into any time during your life, where you want to say like I want to build this new habit. One of the pieces of advice is for the first week to just go there and walk around for a second. Like,
yes.
you just get to the gym, you park your car in the parking lot, you go in, you take a lap, you go to the locker rooms for a second, and you check things out, and then you leave. This has been suggested by multiple experts in the both the psychological aspect of it and even like trainers and coaches, like as a way to just like get you comfortable in that habit, start
Acclimate.
building it
Mhm.
to acclimate to the environment, right? So like the idea that someone would go into the gym and like maybe spend the majority of their time sort of with a nervous even if it's not even if they're spending the majority of time on their phone, you have no idea how much that is helping to build their habit of actually getting to the gym every day. Maybe they're not working at the level in which you feel is appropriate. Maybe they're not using the machine to the max capacity of what you would want to use it for, but that isn't up to you. And you know what? Here's what I have to say.
Yeah.
If there are not enough machines at your gym, first of all, get off the machines. Okay, go to the weights. Okay, I'll say this in terms of weights. If someone has grabbed a pair of dumbbells and they are sitting there and they're mostly on their phone and they're not using those dumbbells very much and you need them, then go right up to the front desk and say, you know what, I think this gym needs more sets of 15s. It's not the person's fault that is trying to build the new habits in their life. It is the gym's fault for not having the appropriate equipment. You pay to go there. You should have the appropriate equipment. So it's blame in the wrong place, to be honest.
I love that because it absolutely is putting your blame in the wrong place, because every person there deserves to take up space. And the how they're taking up space is not for you to decide if it's appropriate or not. It's really not. They're taking up space, they're using the dumbbells at the time, they're in use. So like if it's better for you to think like they're in use right now, I'm gonna go do something else. And like then I come back 20 minutes later, are they still in use? Like this gym doesn't have enough dumbbells. But the fact is like how someone's taking up space is none of your business.
None of your business. And I want to mention, the membership to Equinox is well over $300 a month. So, yeah, it is. I think it's like 352 a month or something. So we know that this gym and the marketing behind this gym and everything associated with this brand is elitist. It's obvious. They say it right out front with their costs. Okay, it doesn't cost them that much to maintain that gym, guys. I'm gonna like. Here's a little secret. So what they're putting forth is an environment in which there's so much privilege involved in health and movement that it
Mhm.
has to cost you well over $350 a month in order to be doing it right. Those are air bunnies. Um, I want to, this is such a big theme in the space that we really need to dissect this and really start thinking about the environment in which we're creating and the faux pas surrounding health and fitness when we charge things like $350 a month for a membership to lift weights. When we do things like say you can't come in on this day because it it isn't the right day and it means something about your commitment to your health. These are the kinds of things that make fitness so out of reach and so difficult for the mindset surrounding it is that this is such an elitist thing. It's so out of my possibilities. It holds so many people back from living longer, from being able to play with their children, from being able to go on a hike when they want to enjoy nature. These are the kind of things that every single human being deserves access to. And saying that they cost $350 a month and that they're only available on these certain days and that you can't do them if you have to look on your phone at any point. These are I like get teared up about it because I feel like it's so tragic.
I'm right there with you because there already are so many barriers for so many people that have to work in the time into their lives, have to feel overwhelmed by the number of diets, by the number of restrictions, by the number of things that they need or have access to. And then we add in all of these social aspects to that, and it just becomes so overwhelming. And I think you know, we have built a space where we show kindness and compassion for all of those, whether it's, making time to get to the gym or encouraging people who are just starting out or encouraging people who have been there for some time. We have created a space where there is so much inclusion and, work out at home, work out at the gym, wherever you get your movement in is all good stuff. But around this time, It's amazing to me that around this time we've spent so much focus on telling people keep it simple. Don't take over a major overhaul. Add in some habits that you know that you can stick to. You don't need to have like organic food to eat healthy. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to have all of these things that have really been programmed that if you want to live a healthy lifestyle, it has to be very expensive and it's only for these groups of people basically. And they've just reinforced that where we've spent all this time building it down. But you know what? They've reinforced that all along. And because they came out and said it, like it's not a secret. It's not a secret. And honestly it hasn't been, but you know what? They said it exactly how it is. And what we want to, the anti-message of that, we're welcoming everyone in the gym, every person. We're not judging them for taking up space. We're not judging how they take up space. You are being helpful and hopefully a part of the reason why someone stays because we want more people in there. And don't overthink the things that you need to change if you are one of those new people. And just know if you are one of those new people, my heart is right with you. You're not going to Equinox. There's like, screw you, Chad, sit down. No one cares. No one's coming to your stupid gym. But there are so many other people who are not judging you, who are not thinking about why you're here, who are not being like, oh, you're taking up space on the machines. I've been here all along. There's so many people who are just glad you came and hope that you stay and want to help you if you're not sure how to do something there. If you're not sure how to use a machine, and if you're not sure like what to do, where the thing is to wipe off your bench, some of these things are so nerve-wracking, like going around looking for like, well, where is the thing to spray down the bench? Like I don't even know where it is. I'll just leave. Like this happens. We're showing all of those people kindness and compassion.
We are here for you guys, and if you're looking for the people, if you're looking up and you're glancing around for the people that are accepting you, they're 100% in CVG leggings. Just look for CVG leggings. That woman or man will absolutely tell you where the spray thing is to wipe off your machine. They will absolutely give you their pair of dumbbells that they're using at that time. They are happy that you're there because you don't need, you do not need any sort of anything to belong. You belong just by existing. So we believe in you. And as Kelsey said, for all of the people who have been there, we are so proud of what you're putting out into the space and how many people you're allowing to feel accepted. So we love you guys. Think about the gatekeeping that happens in health and fitness and be part of the change.